Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to NoDQ Live here on NoDQ.com and the YouTube channel, youtube.com/AaronRift complete with cat in the background eating food right when I'm starting the video. Anyways, we have Monday Night Raw with Raw 25 coming up in just 2 weeks. What did I think about tonight's Raw? I've seen some different opinions about it. One person here, Jeff, said did not miss too much. Anthony said, good to see Finn get a W. Kayfabe Candy Ass is here in the chat room, one of our great moderators, as well as TJS, Tyler Joseph Smith. Cindy's in the chat room. Darren Gregg is here. We got Colin from Cleveland. Thank you all for tuning in to NoDQ Live. If you enjoyed today's video, please share it. Spread the word, tell a friend, anybody you know who watches wrestling, have them check out this video. I thought this week's Raw was a pretty good show. I felt like the first hour was just maybe the first 45 minutes. The opening segment, Roman Reigns coming out, I was not a fan of the opening segment. I felt like it was very overly scripted. It was the standard Roman Reigns comes out, cuts his promo, his usual stuff. Then you have Jason Jordan come out. Then you have Seth Rollins come out. They do their usual promo work back and forth. And then you have Jason Jordan bring up how they're the new best three-person team in WWE. That, of course, immediately leads to the Balor Club coming out. Finn Balor and Anderson and Gallows. So the Balor Club must have known that Jason Jordan, Roman Reigns, and Seth Rollins were going to be out there in the opening segment, and Jordan was going to use that line about them being the best three-person group, because Balor Club came out there right away. They all had microphones. I just feel like it's so overly choreographed. I wasn't a fan of it. It did not feel organic. So I wasn't a fan of the opening segment. Jason says, I feel Raw was pretty good, but the crowd killed it. The crowd, I'm a little surprised, because this crowd was in the South. It was Memphis, and it seems like in recent years, the Southern fans tend to cheer guys like John Cena and Roman Reigns more, but this crowd really did not like Roman Reigns very much. They did not like Jason Jordan either, which is pretty much the norm at this point. If there's a town that cheers Jason Jordan, that I think will be something noteworthy. Cindy says Jason Jordan's promo was very cringy, that Roman and Seth's reaction was priceless. Yeah, Seth Rollins just doing the face palm when Jordan was talking, that was great. That was the best thing about that segment, in my opinion. Sin CK says the Champions Club was cringy. I'm still not sure what's going on with Jordan. Is he a heel? Is he a babyface? Is he still going to be turning heel? We had this, again, very predictable opening segment with Kurt Angle coming out in the Teddy Long role and setting up the main event. There's a cat in the background for you guys. Hopefully that'll get some thumbs up. We had Kurt Angle make the tag team main event match. The match itself was fine, but again, standard stuff. The storyline in this match was that Jason Jordan was making rookie mistakes, and that's what led to the Balor Club winning. So there you guys go. People have been saying Anderson and Gallows need a push, Balor needs a push. The Balor Club won on Raw. There you go. Balor finally picks up a win. Happy Pants 1988 says, Ambrose's injury is the worst thing to happen to the Shield, also the worst thing to happen to Jason Jordan. Well, not necessarily, because Jordan is getting more of a push now, even than he was before. Jordan is in the spotlight. He's definitely in a good position right now because Dean Ambrose is hurt. Melvin says, thumbs up for the cat. Jason says the cat came, and we have a $1 super chat donation from Mr. AUE. Thank you for that. Much appreciated. It's the Costanza says your cat needs a universal title run. So there were some noteworthy things on the show. The Balor Club won the main event. Afterwards, we had The Miz and The Miztourage lay out Roman Reigns and company. Earlier on the show, The Miz made his return. Elias sang a song to introduce The Miz. I actually enjoyed this segment. I liked Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel offering Miz all these gifts, like a photo of The Miz, and then Axel wanted to one-up it, so he offered Miz his sport jacket, and then Bo Dallas offered his watch to The Miz, and that was funny. I enjoyed that segment. I thought that was well done. Miz has a haircut, cut his hair a little bit. I liked it. I thought it was a good segment. We have Raw 25 coming up in 2 weeks. One big match is confirmed now. Roman Reigns will defend the IC title against The Miz. The Miz will try to win his title back. Caleb Jacobs just left a $2.09, not just a $2 donation, but a $2.09 donation. What did you think of Woken Matt versus Kurt Hawkins? Interesting segment. I'm not going to say it was terrible. I'm not going to say it was great. I had mixed feelings. What do you guys think about Matt Hardy's character right now? What do you think about the music? I thought it was interesting. I didn't think it was great, but I was intrigued by it. That's all I can really say. Cindy CK says it was overbooked. Matthew Sullivan says the music was good. Cindy says the music was eh. Hardy's theme was terrible. Braden says I like the music. I did a poll over on Twitter, and about 84% of you liked the new music. Again, I thought it was interesting. I still have mixed feelings about this Matt Hardy storyline. You had Bray Wyatt come out. Kurt Hawkins, of course, lost the match. Afterwards, Bray Wyatt came out, and there was a laugh-off. We had just the two of them in the ring laughing. Weird segment. It was interesting, though. I like it. Here's why I like it, because it's at least something a little bit different from the norm. You know, the stuff in the beginning of the show with Reigns and Jordan and Rollins and Kurt Angle coming out making the tag match, that's all very standard. At least this is something a little bit different. And I will always be in favor of trying something and experimenting. It might not work. It might work, but you don't know. You don't know until you try. So I'm fine with it. I'm still not completely sold on it yet, though. Suad, I'm not sure. Suad Inho 5 or 6. Let's be honest, Woken Matt Hardy is trash. So he is not on the broken bandwagon, or excuse me, I want to say broken bandwagon because it's 2 B's, but it's the Woken bandwagon. Or what did Matt Hardy refer to the WWE Universe as? I forgot already. The Woken Warriors. Thank you, Sin CK. Jason says, do you think The Miz will win the IC title back at Raw 25? If so, could you see Taker doing a spot to cost Roman the match? It would not surprise me if Matt Hardy, or excuse me, I still have Matt Hardy on the brain here. If The Miz wins back the title, nothing would shock me. I could see it going either way. As far as The Undertaker goes, I think The Undertaker will do some sort of promo. I don't think he'll necessarily get involved with Roman Reigns. Clayton Williams says, will we get Taker versus Joe at WrestleMania? He left a $2 super chat donation. I think the biggest possibility is Cena versus Undertaker. If the rumors are true, John Cena's facing somebody bigger than either AJ Styles or Brock Lesnar for one of the titles, then I think it's going to be Cena versus The Undertaker. I mean, how much bigger can you get? Offman Rules just sent in a $5 super chat donation. So, who was Kurt talking to on his cell phone? He said that they would be a great addition to the Royal Rumble. Very intriguing spot there. So, we officially have one mystery female entrant for the Women's Royal Rumble match. Who's it going to be? What do you guys think? Matthew thinks Trish. Oh, come on, Double J. Let's not go there. I'm not even repeating what he said. Seth K20 said Lita or Trish, I guess. Chris said Ronda Rousey. Cindy said Ivory. See, the thing is, with a tease like this, I could see Ivory being a surprise entrant maybe, but it's got to be somebody big. You know, doing a tease like this with Kurt Angle. We'll see. We'll see if WWE announces in advance any of the entrants for the Women's Royal Rumble match from the past, whether it's Trish or Kelly or the Bella Twins. By the way, Bella Twins are scheduled for Raw 25, so their return is official. That's not going to be a surprise. They will be at Raw 25, and my feeling is they will enter themselves into the match. They will declare themselves into the Women's Royal Rumble match. So we get to hear Brie Mode again. How exciting is that? Brie Mode. Somebody shoot me now. Kurapika07 says nobody cares about the Bellas. TK says would love to see Ivory. Brie Mode. Oh no. I really hope Brie gets new music. Please. If there is a God out there, please, no Brie Mode music at the Royal Rumble. Caleb Jacobs just sent in a $3 super chat donation. I think it's Ronda Rousey. It very well could be. I'm definitely not ruling that out. I still have the Brie Mode music, just, it's totally throwing me off now. Please, WWE, if you do anything this year, please, please, please change her music. Quite frankly, I think the You Can Look But You Can't Touch needs to go too. That song is awful. We need something different. Change it up. Stephanie's music. Well, I think Clayton's bringing up Stephanie as a surprise entrant in the Royal Rumble. I hope not. That would be so bad if Stephanie's in the match. Please no. And I don't think Kurt Angle was talking to Stephanie. I really doubt that. Kelly's a possibility. Victoria. I saw that sign on Raw. Victoria for the WWE Hall of Fame. I could see her as one of the entrants, but I'm thinking Kurt was talking to either Trish or Lita or Ronda Rousey. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Dr. Raunchy says John Cena versus Samoa Joe at WrestleMania. Your thoughts? I hate to say it because I've been a fan of seeing Cena versus Joe for the longest time, but I'd rather see Cena versus Joe. Cena and Undertaker is what I meant to say. I think I said Cena versus Joe. I'm not sure if I did. I meant to say Cena versus Undertaker. That's the match I've wanted to see for years, but I feel it's too late. I feel like that match should have been done a couple of years ago. I'd rather see John Cena versus Samoa Joe at WrestleMania. Kevin says Cena versus Undertaker is 4 years too late. By the way, we have 220 live viewers right now, so thank you all for tuning in live. I appreciate it. Again, please spread the word if you enjoy this video. Tell a friend. Alejandro says Sting versus Undertaker would have been better. The problem is it's too late for that too, and Sting cannot really go anymore, and Undertaker cannot really go anymore. That's the problem. So as much as I would have liked to have seen that match should have been done for sure in 2011. I would have liked to have seen Cena versus Undertaker in 2014 when Undertaker still had the streak, because John Cena versus The Undertaker in a submission match at WrestleMania, I think that would have been money with The Undertaker's streak on the line. Yeah, Kevin says, personally, it should have been done at 30 when the streak was still alive. Calvin says, who do you think will do commentary for the Women's Royal Rumble? Well, if Lita's not in it, maybe Lita. Maybe Beth Phoenix if she's not in it. I know Beth Phoenix is doing the mixed match challenge commentary. So, yeah, I would definitely bring in a female from the past who's not going to be in the match. Maybe Renee Young. Actually, Braden, I think, nailed it. Renee Young do commentary for the match. I'm a fan of that. I think it's a good idea. Offman Rules brought that up too. Not Stephanie. No Stephanie. K-Fib Candy Ass says, hopefully Renee, Lita is pretty bad at commentary. Well, there you have it, folks. And Steve agrees. Lita is trash at commentary. Seymour Butts. Sonny, I like that username. Right from The Simpsons. Sonny as number 30. That I don't think is happening. Cindy says, are you going to watch the Mixed Match Challenge? Well, to steal a line from good old JM, Jeff Meacham, I believe it's after SmackDown Live, because it's replacing 205 Live. I'm still doing NoDQ Live right after SmackDown. Should I? Do you guys think I should, or should I postpone it? Do you guys really think this is going to be a big deal? I haven't decided yet for sure if I should do NoDQ Live right after SmackDown or delay it 30 minutes until after the Mixed Match Challenge. It is totally up to me, but I'm curious your guys' input. Do you think I should bump NoDQ Live, or should I do it head-to-head with Mixed Match Challenge? I mean, the thing is, people could always just watch Mixed Match Challenge. I'm sure. I'm guessing it's going to be on Facebook and people will download it. It'll be on YouTube. It'll be on Daily Motion, whatever. It'll be on the network. I'm sure there'll be ways to watch it without having to watch it on Facebook. Kayfabe Candy Ass says, head-to-head. You want a war? You got a war. Brain says NoDQ Live is better than the Mixed Match Challenge. Everyone says to go head-to-head. So head-to-head it is. NoDQ Live will be going on as scheduled right after SmackDown Live for the next, whatever it is, 8 weeks, however long they're doing it. Seymour Butts is asking, will it be a flop? Well, if it's going head-to-head with NoDQ Live, it very well may be. But who knows? Maybe it'll turn out to be pretty good. Maybe it'll be pretty good. I don't know. I will give it the benefit of the doubt. Sam says on WWE's YouTube channel, they posted the 2008 and 2013 Royal Rumble. Both of those Cena won. Is this a sign Cena will win the Rumble? Great question. I mean, Cena is definitely one of the odds-on favorites, but if the rumors are true, I mean, that's the thing. Do you believe the rumors that Cena has a bigger match scheduled for WrestleMania than a WWE title match? See, I just feel like Cena or Reigns, it's going to be one of the predictable outcomes. I don't think it's going to be Nakamura. My heart says Nakamura, but my brain says somebody like John Cena or Roman Reigns winning the Royal Rumble. I'd love to see Rusev win it, you know, Rusev Day. But, oh man, I don't know. I actually am going to put something on the line for the Royal Rumble, but I'll save that to the week of the Rumble. Stay tuned for that. Curtis Butler says, no revival again on Raw? No revival on this show. I mean, that's unfortunate for those guys. We did have The Bar. The Bar won a match against... Actually, no, they lost. They lost. Titus Worldwide defeated The Bar on Raw, even though The Bar are the #1 contenders for the tag team titles. What is going on here? I thought there's no chance. I thought it was a squash match. I thought Titus was going to lose. Titus Worldwide defeated The Bar, even though The Bar are challenging for the tag team titles. Why? I don't get that. I think Apollo Crews just needs to go back to 205 Live, or not 205 Live, what am I thinking? NXT, same thing pretty much, except NXT is far more over than 205 Live. Tony H says Titus is the new Evolution. Mike Palmer says, say what you want, but The Miz is Hall of Fame material. Absolutely, definitely. Top 10 Wrestling. What do you think the Revival's role will be at WrestleMania? Catering? I don't know, unfortunately, for those guys. Andre the Giant Battle Royal, if I had to take a wild guess. Oh, let's talk about... Oh, wait. Offman Rules sent in a $5 Super Chat donation. Was it just me, or did Dana Brooke look fantastic tonight? She looked like Alexander York from the York Foundation, for those of you that are old enough to remember that group from... What was it, 1990, 1991 WCW? Terry Runnels dressed up in the outfit with the computer and the glasses. I mean, that's basically what she's doing here. She might as well come out with a laptop computer. So yeah, let's talk about Enzo Amore versus Cedric Alexander. Took me a minute to remember that. The opponent for Enzo Amore. I mean, they're all the same to me, all the 205 Live guys. Interesting match. We had Enzo getting busted up pretty badly. So when the moon hits his eye like a big pizza pie, that's Amore. Enzo Amore busted open in the eye, and then he got counted out. And I'm not sure what happened there exactly. I'm not sure what was planned, what was not planned. I don't think the bleeding was planned. I think the whole injury on the outside was part of the storyline to get him counted out. I figured, you know, they're going to save the title match, maybe for the Royal Rumble, maybe for Raw 25. But yeah, the cut was definitely something that was not planned. And then we had the backstage segment with Enzo and Nia Jax. And by the way, Nia Jax also on this show attacked Asuka, laid her out, and she declared herself into the Royal Rumble as well. So we're going to see something with Nia Jax. I think that's for next week's show, actually. Next week it's going to be Nia Jax versus Asuka one-on-one, or as Big Vito would say, Nia Jack. Love you, Big Vito. Brock needs a match for Raw 25, says TJS. I agree. I think Brock Lesnar should wrestle on Raw 25. That Blitz VIP member says Steve Austin is coming back. So is the Attitude Era coming back? No, he's not. Let's put this Ocampo guy in timeout. Is Steve Austin going to announce The Undertaker again? I could see Steve Austin coming out and giving, let's say, Curtis Axel the Stone Cold Stunner, or Bo Dallas, or maybe just Kurt Hawkins. Maybe Elias will get the Stunner. I could see that. I could see Elias coming out, singing a song. Steve Austin comes out and says, I'll sing a song with you. They start singing together, and then they'll start laughing, and then Austin will do the, you know, where he starts laughing, and then he just goes completely into the Stone Cold look, and then he stuns Elias and smashes the guitar, and that's the segment. Yeah, I think it'll be Austin and Elias. And then that can be WWE saying, oh, we're giving Elias the rub by having him get stunned by Stone Cold Steve Austin. What do you guys think? Do you think who do you think Austin will stun on Raw 25? Do you think it'll be Elias? Do you think it'll be Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas? Do you think it'll be Kurt Hawkins? What do you guys think? I have not discussed Strowman yet, so let's go ahead and talk about the big segment with Braun Strowman, Kane, and Brock Lesnar. We had Brock Lesnar come out, and Paul Heyman cut the usual promo. I was bored with this promo. I love Paul Heyman, but it's the same thing every single week. And when the interview was over, I'm like, okay, there's got to be more to this. Surely they did not fly in Brock Lesnar to do the same Paul Heyman promo, Paul Heyman as well. Fly these guys in to do the same promo. There's got to be more to this. And sure enough, as Heyman and Lesnar were heading to the back, Kane attacked him. He attacked Brock Lesnar. They brought him in the back, and then Braun Strowman showed up. Strowman attacked both guys, threw those crates onto them, and then what's that thing he grabbed? I'm not even sure what it's called. Somebody help me out here. I don't know what it's called. Somebody help me here. Hurry, because I'm not sure what it is. A truss, a grappling hook. That's it. That's what I was looking for, the grappling hook. So we used the grappling hook and pulled down that truss or scaffold, whatever you want to call it. He pulled it down onto Lesnar and Kane, who were protected, by the way, by those crates. But still, I mean, it was a nice segment. It was a nice visual. You know, it's another one of those Braun Strowman feats of strength, doing something really crazy. I enjoyed it. I liked the segment. I still don't think we're going to see a title change. My gut feeling is Lesnar will, in fact, retain the title. But I enjoyed the segment. I thought it was a good moment. You know, it's one of those moments you'll remember, just like Strowman, you know, pushing over the ambulance and that sort of thing, and breaking the ring with Big Show and breaking the steel cage. You know, you just add that to Braun Strowman's highlight reel. Kayfabe Candy Ass says Braun should win Brock's act is so cold right now. Just put it on Braun. The thing is, Lesnar's going to be at WrestleMania. He's going to be in a big match, and you don't want to make Lesnar any cooler than he is. So if Lesnar loses, then he really has less value for WrestleMania. I don't see Lesnar losing the title until WrestleMania. He's going to put over somebody, and then the big question is, will Lesnar stay with the company or not? Will he, I believe he has an extension clause in his contract. He might stick around through the summer, and then he might just sign a new deal if the money's right. Austin to wrestle John Cena at WrestleMania, what do you think? From Carl. I think, keep dreaming, Carl. Austin's not wrestling. Although that would be huge. That would be the big John Cena match for sure, but I think it's highly unlikely in all likelihood. By the way, 250 now watching live, almost at 300. And Josh Gunter just sent in a $5 super chat donation. Thank you, Josh. If you have any comments or questions, go ahead and send them in the chat room. You got priority, my friend. Brett Nichols says, how much longer do you see Lesnar competing? As long as WWE pays him the big bucks. I think he'll keep doing it if he can get the part-time schedule, and WWE will pay him money to do 3 or 4 matches a year. Michael Wayne says Cena versus Joe at Elimination Chamber. I could see that, or WWE might do it sooner at Raw 25. The fact that Joe name-dropped John Cena, they might do something on Raw, but they very well could do something at Elimination... Well, actually, no. Elimination Chamber is a SmackDown pay-per-view. No, it's Raw. I think, Elimination Chamber is Raw, and Fastlane is SmackDown Live. It's so easy for me to get confused about these pay-per-views. Yeah, it's a Raw pay-per-view. Thank you, guys. So, yeah, we could see Cena versus Joe, but really, I think both of those guys should be in the Chamber match. I think they're better off in the Chamber match than doing a one-on-one match. I still would like to see it, but I think it should happen at WrestleMania. I don't think that's the match, though. That's certainly not going to be the bigger match than a Universal title match or a WWE title match. Jason Veal says, I'm more excited for Raw 25 than the Royal Rumble. I have to agree with you on that. I mean, Raw 25, the whole Manhattan Center thing is going to be fun. We got JR and the King coming back. Jordan Smith says, are you happy with the announced names for Raw 25 so far? Who else would you like to see in there? Vince McFoley? You got to have Vince. Vince McMahon has to be on it. Ocampo says how to donate. Click the $sign button at the bottom of the chat. It should be right under where it says say something in the chat room. Caleb says Hogan at Raw 25. The thing about Hogan is Hogan was not that big a deal in Raw history when you think about it. Hogan was there. I think he made like 1 appearance on Raw, maybe 2. I know he came out for a promo to set up WrestleMania 9. I don't remember him coming out before the crowd for another segment. Maybe he did. I don't remember. I remember him one time coming out during his 93 run on Monday Night Raw. And then he came back, obviously, 2002. But then he went to SmackDown. So really, other than a couple of Raws in 2002, maybe half a dozen, maybe a little bit more than that, maybe a dozen. And then his occasional cameo appearance, Hogan did not do much on Monday Night Raw. TK just left a $2 super chat donation. Hit 250 and will you show us a Rift kitty? The cat's already appeared, so I've already used up all my tricks up my sleeve. We're at 230, by the way, so if we can get to 250, then I don't know. I'll sing It's Rusev Day. Give me something to do if we hit 250. We're at 230 right now. Justin says, where's the toilet? Ha, 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 very funny. Hogan got dragged by Taker on Raw. I remember that. Yeah, that might have been Hogan's big moment on Raw. Either that or, really, I think, pinning The Rock on Raw. You know, the NWO versus Austin and The Rock. That was a big match on Raw that WWE gave away for free. And then of course, the big angle to set up WrestleMania with Hogan and Rock. But really, Hogan did not have that many big moments. Psycho Jet Black, is Balor a face or a heel or a tweener? He's a face. He is what he is. And I guess Anderson and Gallows are faces now, but they kind of work the match as heels. I don't know. The whole thing was just weird. I'm not nearly as into the Balor Club as some people out there. Everyone doing the too sweet, and Anderson mentioning his hot Asian wife. I guess because I'm not a big New Japan guy, it's just to me. A lot of people seem more enthusiastic about it than I do. I'm just like, yeah, Balor Club, woo. Will Miz be the top champion again? That I don't know. As much as I think he would be great, I don't see the Miz getting that 2011 push again. I think it's unlikely. Well, it was mainly 2010. That's when he won the title. By WrestleMania, he was already pretty much an afterthought, you know, in the shadow of Rock and Cena. Will Raw 25 have a custom set? That's a great question. I don't think the main show at Barclays Center will, but I think for the smaller Manhattan Center, I think they will do like maybe the old Raw letters. I could see that. You know, what am I drinking? It's water. Why do people care what I'm drinking here? Shady Snake says, will Raw have a new logo? Possibly. I mean, I think it's too soon. It hasn't even been 2 years since they changed the logo. Okay, Ocampo, let's put that guy in timeout. He's just being annoying now. Bye-bye, Ocampo. Raw 25 should have the WWF logo. Well, yeah, they could do that, but it's not the WWF. They do the old school logo WWE lettering. Thank you, Kayfabe Candy Ass, for putting Ocampo in timeout. If he says anything else stupid, just ban the guy. Do you think WWE will sign Rosemary? Maybe. I think they got plenty of women, though, you know, with the Mae Young Classic competitors. You know, they got the NXT women they can bring in for the Rumble. They got some of the legends. You know, I don't think they're going to sign any more right this moment, but I could see Rosemary being signed at some point. You know, maybe the next year or two I could see that happening. No, Kenny Omega is not showing up at the Royal Rumble. Who do you think was on the phone with Kurt Angle? I did mention this earlier. My feeling is it'll be either Trish, Lita, or Ronda Rousey. Matthew Cross says, will they have Pyro at Raw 25? That I don't know. I think they should, but my feeling is WWE will save the Pyro for WrestleMania, and that's about it. I mean, WWE hasn't brought it back yet. They had none at Survivor Series, and that's a big 4 pay-per-view. I would like Pyro, though. And somebody else asked me about the lineup so far. I think it's solid. I mean, it's fairly predictable. It's your typical legends, you know, Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, APA, of course. That's a given with JBL. Dudley's, of course, just had their run. New Age Outlaws, Road Dogg, of course, is there. Billy Gunn will be brought back for this show. Psycho Jet Black, why do you hate Luther Reigns? Because he almost broke my camera, and I really don't hold grudges. He just sucked. That's the reason I wasn't into him, period. Justin says Jeff Jarrett at Raw 25. That would be interesting. I would like that. I don't think it's going to happen, but I would like it. Al Pacino, not the actor Al Pacino. Best Raw song across the nation. I like the theme from November 98 on. I think it was the remix of Thorn in Your Eye. I'm not even sure what the song was called, and I don't even know what the lyrics are for the song, but I thought, you know, I associate it with when Raw was at its peak. But actually, my favorite song was a song they only used for like 2 weeks, and that's Marilyn Manson, Beautiful People. Badass song, and I'm glad WWE did use it for SmackDown a couple of years in 2001, 2002. But yeah, as far as a Raw song goes, they only used it for like 2 weeks. So I would say the 98 song from 98 to 2001. That was my favorite Raw song. Josh just sent in a $5 super chat donation. What are your top 3 wrestling documentaries? Well, Wrestling with Shadows has got to be up there, number 1, as far as my all-time favorite documentaries. You know, just having those cameras there when Bret Hart was at the end of his WWE career. And then, of course, all that footage of the Montreal Screwjob. I mean, I think that documentary made people think that the whole Screwjob was a work. But the thing was, they were filming that documentary. They started that when Bret came back in late '96. So they were working on that for the better part of a year. And it just so happened that they had the Screwjob take place as they were filming. But really interesting stuff. I mean, that's a very fascinating documentary. Beyond the Mat is right up there, too. That's another top one. As far as a third one goes, Resurrection of Jake the Snake. You know, that is on Netflix. I highly recommend that one. I like the Iron Sheik's one as well. I'm not sure if that's on Netflix or not, but that would be my 4th one. My top 4 right there. Jim Cornette on Raw 25. That's another good one. I like that as well. Very solid. And since he was just recently in the Hall of Fame ceremony, I would like to see Jim Cornette. As far as the documentaries go, I know for sure, because I just saw it today, Resurrection of Jake the Snake Roberts is on there. Brain says Lex Luger for Raw 25. Interesting. I don't know about that one. See, again, like Hogan, Luger actually maybe did more than Hogan, but Luger wasn't really a very big part of Raw history. I mean, what classic Raw segments involve Lex Luger? I'm waiting. Tell me one. Somebody tell me a good, memorable Lex Luger segment from Monday Night Raw. Really, Luger had his moments in WCW. From showing up on the first Nitro to beating Hogan. I mean, Luger had far more memorable moments on Nitro than Raw. Yes, Iron Sheik's is on Netflix. So go ahead and check that out if you haven't already. Steve Herman says Vader for Raw 25. Vader's still alive? I mean, I'm happy he's alive. So yeah, Vader, Raw 25. I'm all for it. I've said this before, I'm just repeating myself. You know, I'd like to see some guys we haven't seen in a long time. Guys like Ken Shamrock. I mention this like every single week. RVD is a good choice. Great choice, actually. Maybe even a little bit of Damien Demento. Maybe have Damien Demento come out and get tombstoned by The Undertaker again. You know, that would be fun. Gangrel. I like Gangrel. I think that's a great idea. Just so we could hear the music again. That would be fun. And he still wrestles. I saw him in Portland 2016, so I know he still actively wrestles. So yeah, Gangrel, for sure. Rock and Elias segment for Raw 25. If WWE could get The Rock, that would be a hell of a segment. But if I had to make a prediction, going back to earlier, I think it'll be Austin and Elias doing a segment. You know, with Austin singing and then, you know, laughing and then turning all serious and beating up Elias. Linda McMahon on Raw 25. Do you really want to see Linda McMahon? I mean, I guess she should be there. It is Raw 25 if it's that big of a deal. All the McMahon should be there in the house for that show. Deborah on Raw. That's an interesting one. I don't know if she'll show up or not. Taz. That's another interesting one. Brother Nero says, who do you see being the Final Four in the Royal Rumble? I don't know right now. I'm not ready to make a prediction on that. But when we do the predictions video, I'll make sure all of us give our top 4 finalists. So anyways, I think I covered pretty much everything from Raw this week. I thought it was a good show overall. Some noteworthy things. Yes, Triple H, they said DX for Raw 25. So I'm assuming that means we're going to see Triple H, Shawn Michaels, maybe X-Pac. I don't know about Batista, guys. We'll see, though. Anyways, stay tuned to NoDQ.com for all the latest regarding possible returns on Raw 25. it seems like more people are interested in Raw 25 than the Royal Rumble. So take that for what you will. On that note, I will go ahead and wrap up this edition of NoDQ Live. Thank you guys very much for your viewership. It is much appreciated. Please keep spreading the word. Tell a friend. The viewership for NoDQ Live last week, the SmackDown NoDQ Live actually did almost as good as the Raw one. Both of them did over 10,000 views. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. And keep spreading the word. I will see you guys tomorrow night, usual time. You guys decided it will stay, even though Mixed Match Challenge is next week. It'll be the usual time, 10:15 Eastern, 7:15 Pacific time. I will see you guys tomorrow night, and that'll do it. Thanks for watching. Talk to you guys soon.